Haney Realty and Property Management is the team you can trust. Our extensive knowledge of the market and industry allows us to help our clients with any real estate need. We know how to get results. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, let us put our expertise to work for you. Call us today at 931-347-9150 or visit HaneyRealtyPM.com to learn more. Haney Realty and Property Management, your best friend in real estate. If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347-4255.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're more than just an electric utility. We also offer internet and phone services. Our commitment to our customers and our community is what sets us apart. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESEnergize.com or call us today.
When it comes to insurance, Winterburn & Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterburinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
Department of Pulaski is here to help you save money. Natural gas is safe, efficient, and cost-effective. It's up to 50 to 60% less expensive than electricity for home heating. Plus, it's clean and efficient, so you can feel good about your choice. Call us today for service or visit our website to learn more. Make the switch to natural gas and start saving today.
Haney Realty and Property Management is the team you can trust. Our extensive knowledge of the market and industry allows us to help our clients with any real estate need. We know how to get results. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, let us put our expertise to work for you. Call us today at 931-347-9150 or visit HaneyRealtyPM.com to learn more. Haney Realty and Property Management, your best friend in real estate. If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347-4255.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're more than just an electric utility. We also offer internet and phone services. Our commitment to our customers and our community is what sets us apart. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESEnergize.com or call us today.
When it comes to insurance, Winterburn & Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterburinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
Department of Pulaski is here to help you save money. Natural gas is safe, efficient, and cost-effective. It's up to 50 to 60% less expensive than electricity for home heating. Plus, it's clean and efficient, so you can feel good about your choice. Call us today for service or visit our website to learn more. Make the switch to natural gas and start saving today.
in condition it's in so that we can be a good place to live. Help us to learn to tolerate each other's differences in our opinions. And we thank you, Lord, for all that you give us. We thank you for this season of the year that we're coming upon, where families get together and where this nation recognizes that we need to be thankful and have a special day of thankfulness for all that you've given us from the time the Pilgrims landed up till now in this country. Lord, I ask you to be with all those that have lost loved ones and friends and relatives in this past year as we come into this season, because it is going to be a lonesome and lonely time for them, bringing about memories and help them through this period, Lord. Help them to know that the ones that have suffered are no longer suffering and are just waiting for the rest of us to come to where they are. We just ask you to be with us as we look at county business. Help us to be good stewards of the county's money, be good stewards of the talents that people have contributed here, and not waste either. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is the agenda concurrence or any additions to the agenda. Please.
Everybody.
Please sign it.
President of the county.
They working on
I've got to reboot Joyce's. I see her. She's here. She's all here. Good thing.
Okay, let's go on with item 1, agenda concurrence. Are there any additions to the agenda, any changes? Seeing none, we'll pass that by unanimous consent.
I think you're going to have to get Mrs. Woodard's vote by voice. It's not logging in. Just did.
We have 21 commissioners present.
Okay, we've approved the agenda. Next thing on the agenda, approval of minutes from October 20th, 2025, regular session of Giles County Legislative Body. Motion approved by Tracy Wilburn, seconded by Matthew Hopkins. All those in favor say, well, any additions or corrections? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Next item on the agenda is public comments. Do we have any from the public on today's agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move past public comments to EDC reports. Mr. Reese.
Mr. Wong. Good morning, everyone. I don't have any unemployment data to share this month because of the government shutdown. There wasn't any released, and so that kind of normally flows into the state data. We don't have anything to share. Hopefully, we'll get back on track next time. I mean, a couple of the industries that I was aware of that had seen a little bit of softness. I am seeing some data and some discussion with them recently and some other data, like, for example, some electric demand data from PDS that they shared. We are starting to see some increase in activity, so I would not expect, once we get a big bump up in unemployment, I would expect it to be relatively steady, not slightly down. So we'll see for the next month's figures. We do continue to get a number of inquiries. The activity seems pretty high right now, but it's still largely focused on buildings, and that was kind of borne out last week. 2 weeks ago, I was at the governor's conference up in Murfreesboro, and one of the sessions they had that you could attend was they have a site selection consultant come in and kind of update you on what their clients are looking for in communities. And one of the things that's driving kind of more emphasis even now than before on buildings is a lot of the activities being driven by kind of the current tariff situation. People want to do more onshoring and look at doing some stuff here. And when they do that, they want to be able to move quickly. And so they're looking for places where there's an existing building available. And so we've talked about that a bit before, that we hope to eventually have a building that we own that we can market. We do have, 2 buildings now that are privately owned. We've been able to market, and with one of those, 450 Bennett Drive, we do still have an active potential project there. I mean, they've not narrowed it down just to us yet. They're still looking at a number of properties, but we have received some follow-up inquiries just asking for some additional information on that piece of property. And then also the Mines Road property, which is not a building, but it's a piece of land that's available that has rail access right there behind it. We continue to have a project called Project Lincoln that's looking at that piece of property. Again, they're also evaluating other properties as well, but we haven't been thrown out of consideration on that yet. On the site development grant, we did get all of the work that we've fully identified up to this point complete, including the electrical work, which is something we kind of added at a later date because we thought we had some additional funds left. So now that all that work is complete, we've got all the invoices in. It still looks like we're going to have probably around $400,000 left over that we could spend on that grant. And so we had a meeting here a few weeks ago with the TVA group that does site development. They're one of the ones that helped us a lot when we were working on this grant and trying to kind of identify what we wanted to do on the pad out there to make sure it would fit a 100 to 200 square foot building. They helped us a lot on kind of how you would orient the building on there, what it would look like, what kind of traffic flow you would have around it. And so we met with them again to determine what additional things we might consider doing on that property with some of this grant money that we have left over. And we've identified 2 or 3 things that would, number one, help improve the marketability of it. Things like updating the sign. There is a big marketing billboard out there on that property today, but it's not been updated to reflect the recent work we've done. And it's also sitting out in the sun for several years. And so we may look at doing some updated signage out there. They also suggested that if you ever get to show that property to someone, right now you basically pull up to the cul-de-sac kind of at the edge of it, and you don't really get a good view of the property. So they suggested we go ahead and maybe build a temporary road out across the top of the pad. So it's a lot easier to get somebody pretty easily out in the center of it. It just shows a lot better. And then the other thing we're looking at is when we applied for the grant before, we did just some real preliminary engineering work so that we could get some cost estimates on what a building looked like. But there's a lot more detailed engineering work that has to be done for a building, which y'all are well aware of, some of the projects y'all worked on. And so one of the things we may look at doing is going ahead and trying to get engineering design work done on what a 100,000 square foot building would look like. So that we go back and apply for another grant to hopefully be able to build a building with it. We've got one more step kind of ticked off, and it just allows us to move more quickly. So those are some of the things that we're looking at there before we close that grant out. The other thing I know people have been interested in is exit team. My understanding of talking with Crystal is as expected. The properties will close today. I think the closings are scheduled today starting at 12:30. I've had some form of
discussion with all the property owners that bought property out there. Again, the one that we will see the most immediate action on, I think, is Pilot. And I talked with them just a couple of weeks ago, and they confirmed some of the water usage demand that they would have. So I've talked to the South Giles Utility District just to make sure they have that piece of information, start to have some discussions around what, if any, issues we're going to have is that demand out there. I also had a discussion this morning with Fayetteville Public Utilities because I assume most of you are aware of this, but actually PES, they end at exit 14 at I-65, so they don't serve that other side of the exit at Fayetteville Public Utilities. And so having some discussions with them now to make sure they know what's going on there, start to look at some of the demand requirements from Pilot and as we build out, and whether or not there's any concerns they have around what it would take to make sure they can serve that exit as it builds out. I just don't know what their capability is out there, so starting to have some discussions with them on that as well. Have also had some initial discussions with TDOT because that, we would expect this build out obviously to have a lot more impact on that exit. If you the most recent traffic data that I could find from TDOT in 2024, there's about 25,000 vehicles per day on average traveling up and down Interstate 65 right there. And one example where I think we will see some pretty significant increases, if you look at the traffic coming north, there's about 12,000 cars per day on average traveling north on 65, and less than 1,000 of those on average are actually exiting 65 home to 64. And obviously, as that side of the exit builds out, we're going to see that increase significantly. And so we need to make sure that TDOT is aware of what's coming and whether or not there's going to be or what additional changes may need to be made to the exit. As an example, there's no, once you get off the exit, there's no turn lane there on 64, right? It's 4 lanes, it's not a divided highway. And so we start thinking about more traffic getting on and off 64 there, not having a turn lane is probably going to be an issue. So that's something that is addressed. That's all I have today. Any questions of me?
Yes, on the Mines property, is that behind Wells Baptist or beside it?
It's beside 80, and so it's where the big fire occurred years ago.
Yeah. Okay. And what is the business exactly?
It's called Project Lincoln, and they shared the name of the company with us yet. But basically, it's a company that makes wiring that goes into the infrastructure build out for utilities and also for commercial and residential, those kinds of things. So I think it could be a pretty good opportunity for us because, as we all know, the whole infrastructure build out for electric, the electric grid is going to be big, and that's one of the industries that they do serve. And so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that. And one of the things that they needed is they do need rail access, and so there's just a limited number of rail access properties in southern Middle Tennessee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reese. Next on the agenda are the county executive and department head reports. First will be county executive Stowe.
Thanks.
Good morning. Most of my reports I'll just leave in written format for you all. I'll just point out a couple of things from those reports. One is that the courthouse grant that we put together, that package was due November 7th. It went in November 7th. It was a $500,000 max. Excuse me. And that's a rest on your agenda today. One thing to point out about that grant is its sole purpose for it is historic preservation. It wasn't going to cover any of our mechanicals and some of our other needs, but we tried to creatively weave in some things that involve security. One of those is like our north and south stoops. We mentioned how those porches need to be extended so that egress, people can walk out, the doors swing out, and then have a place to walk, right? So that's one of the things we requested as part of historical preservation, but it's also going to hopefully serve security. So I'll let you all know. Obviously, the resolution you're doing today is, I'll take that, forward it up. The application's in, I can forward it up and make sure that's included. And as soon as I learn anything on that, I'll let you know. Wanted to point out that we've recognized Barry also for the great work he did as our veteran services officer. His last Friday, he had a great send-off. I had to park 2 blocks away. A lot of people showed up. But we do have a new veteran service officer. Her name's Tracy Wooten. She started work a couple of weeks ago, and so she had a good overlap with Barry. She's still available to all of our veterans, 8 to noon in the basics. There's 2 reports that I didn't get included in time for the agenda, and that's a report from Katie with Archives, and one from Jacqueline for the animal shelter. And I'll get those emailed out to you, and I'll publicize those as well. And last is the point I wanted to mention on bonding. Okay, obviously there's no bond resolution in front of you this month. There's no meeting next month. So the timing, the earliest that you could all actually assess and or approve a bond would be in January. And but I would suggest that if you want to move forward and be prepared to go forward in January, you let Beth and I know. I mean, this is really with Budget Committee, Commissioner Bedore, as to your schedule and how you'd like to do it. But if you would desire to have a December committee meeting, we can invite Ashley McAnulty to come in and give you all a brief and make some preliminary decisions that you would then address in January. Okay. Any questions of me before I sit? Yes, ma'am.
On the courthouse application for the improvements, the one thing I was concerned about, or not quite understanding, the raising a porch to match, this is on the east porch, raising a porch to match first floor elevation for accessible entry. How's that to be done?
Yeah, there's no structural drawings of that yet, but that was something for accessibility requirements. I'm not sure. There's no construction drawings that we have.
What we're talking about, this porch?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that would get approved or not. Discussed in committee. I'm hopeful that if the historical preservation folks decide we don't want to do that part of the project, that they can just piece and get everything else done. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Maybe just a response that from in December budget committee meeting makes sense.
Yeah, so
that we can keep the conversation going.
Yes, sir.
By January, maybe.
Yes, the way I wanted to leave it with you is, you and the chairman make a decision as to when you want a budget committee, and then Beth and I will work it out with Mr. McAnulty. Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Reed.
We will not need a full commission meeting in addition to the budget committee.
So the full commission, and that would be your call too. If you felt like you wanted to do a special called meeting in December, that would be at your discretion. But I'm just trying to help you get the preliminaries done before your regularly scheduled January meeting. Anything else? Thank you all. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. Next is Ms. Beard, Director of Schools.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for letting me have just a moment. When you sit back in the audience and you hear all the good things going on in our county, I consistently tell our friends we're not telling our story, then we're not in charge of that story. So I asked Mr. Womble if I could be on here today because I want to celebrate some things going on in our school system. So I'll be as brief as I can be, and there's some data that is still embargoed. There's a state board of education meeting on Friday, and a lot of that information will go before them on Friday. So we have lots to celebrate on. And I really feel like that public schools are under attack at this point in time in our society. We have a lot of things going on in our district, and some of those things I just wanted to share out today. Just want to talk about some investments. When you're thinking about all the things that go into running a school system and putting a school system together, we're on the brink of completing Project 2. We started Giles County High School, which was a $12 million project, complete. Bridgeforth, which is nearing completion, that was an $8.7 million project that thankfully the county did go in to help us with getting us a bond. And I want to just clarify some of that because the bond is under Giles County, Giles County Board of Education. But the Board of Education is responsible and is currently paying on that bond. The only way the county will be in charge of that is if we default and can't make that payment. So I think I've seen some stuff publicly that says, the county has the bond, but right now we are paying our bond ourselves. We're working Pulaski Elementary, that's a $3.2 million project. When you add that up, that's $23.9 million. All of that, with the exception of the bond, of course, 8.7, the 3.2 million, which was given to us by the county when we first started these projects, have been paid for by Board of Education. We're excited about that. It's sad that it had a result of COVID that kind of helped us get there, but that helped our fund balance grow while we were out of school and shut down for a little while. We chose those 3 schools because they had the most number of students and were the oldest schools. We are looking at 5 other schools. Hopefully we can begin progress on those as soon as possible. But we do have the 2 schools at the north end, and then Southside, Minor Hill, Elkton, and Richland Elementary that are left to be considered. We've had a lot contributed to our district in the form of ESSER funding, grants. We've had lots of people who work hard to achieve grants. We've had the Innovative Schools Model Grant, which put $3.25 million into our district. We've also had around $12 million in the ESSER funding that we were recipients of. We've had Spark grants, which was to the tune of $50,000. Lots of different things. And when you think about per pupil expenditure, that's taking every expenditure throughout our district down to food and nutrition, bus purchases, renovations, everything that comprises an expenditure in our district. And you divide that by the number of students. The number of students that we currently have as of today is 3,544. That makes it look like we're spending around $13,064.42 per child. Sometimes that's a speculative thing that, well, that looks like you're spending a whole lot of money, but maybe our test scores aren't exactly where they need to be. Do we have improvement? Absolutely. When you get to the top, and there's only one place to go, and that's down. So we want to be sure that we're working hard every day and putting forth our best efforts to provide for our students and our employees. Our data does need some improvement, but we have lots of things to celebrate, and a lot more of that will be forthcoming later. I'd like to just touch on our safety measures for our schools. We have safety window on every window and door at our schools. We have an SRO, and we are thankful to the Sheriff's Department and the state grant for providing that. We have system-wide training events that include the county, city, and emergency personnel. You know, we try to do unit county events where we can help with training so that we're all on board. We have what's called an audio enhancement PA system with a safety feature on every teacher lanyard. We also have an Emergent 3 safety app that's on every teacher's phone, every staff member's phone, that can call out to external. If we have an active shooter within our building, we can hit a drill button and it immediately notifies the Sheriff's Department, E911, THP, ambulance, it alerts everybody. So we're very gracious to have that opportunity. We have support dogs in 3 of our schools with the hope to expand that a little bit more. Not every district in the state of Tennessee has the luxury of having a nurse in every building. And with a lot of the health issues that our students come to us with, we're very proud to announce that we have a nurse in every school. We have to have RTI, which is response to intervention. That is a requirement by the state of Tennessee. They don't require us to have an RTI coordinator in every school, but because of all the data that's involved in keeping up with that and the requirement of universal reading screeners for K-3 students, we do provide an RTI coordinator in every school. Our ready graduate number for this past year is 41.1%. That has grown a lot tremendously over the past couple of years, but we do anticipate a lot more growth there. Our CTE director is working hard to get more dual enrollment, more work-based learning to help our students to have the opportunity to expand that. Like I said, a lot more data will be forthcoming as far as that goes. Just so that you know, the TISA funding for FY26 was around $26 million. The local contribution was $7.7 million. The base funding for each student was $7,295. So a lot of things going on in our district. Would also like to share that this Thursday, if you're in the county out and about, would like a Thanksgiving meal for $7. You can go to Southside, Minor Hill School, or Richland School. For $7, you can have lunch with this cafeteria staff and students. We're proud of that opportunity to offer to you. And while I'm here, I feel like I have an obligation, an accountability obligation to report out to you on something that has been taking place within our county and within our schools. Just remind you of the position of Director of Schools is an appointed position. That person answers to the 7 board members. However, I feel like I answer to the 21 of you as well because you are our funding body, and if something goes awry, then you get on the board and make that change. So I feel like I have an accountability to answer to you as well. When you think about that responsibility, just based on board policy, I report to the Board of Education, but it also says scope of responsibility, and I'm just going to read this real quickly, bear with me. The management responsibilities of the Director of Schools shall extend to all activities of the district, to all phases of the educational program, to all aspects of the financial operation, to all facility management, and to the conduct of such other duties as may be assigned by the board. The Director of Schools may delegate these duties together with appropriate authority, but listen to this one, may neither delegate nor relinquish ultimate responsibility for results or any portion of accountability. The one thing that doesn't abide by majority rule is a person's conscience. And so I feel like based on some activities that have been taking place lately, I need to explain to you all. We have a board policy that is 1.806 that talks about advertising distribution of materials in schools. Political literature shall not be distributed through school to students, nor sent home to parents, nor placed in teachers' mailboxes, lounges, or on school premises. Political signs for people who are running for public office shall not be allowed on school property except those being held by poll workers on election day. When you think about a lot of signs and a lot of things that are currently in our schools, a lot of those are advertisement signs. And I'm not here to say anything, but Mr. Doggett has been mentioned. Mr. Doggett has signs in our buildings that say Clay Doggett, State Representative. That is currently his title. Just like you could have your name and district whatever commissioner. That's a name and a title. That is not a political sign. When you think about the little advertisement must state the name of the person or group funding it and whether the candidate. So the name and the title is simply an advertisement. If Sunrise Bottling Company wants to sponsor a First Down or an advertisement, that's not a political ad. Crystal Green, but anyway, I spoke with her just a few minutes ago. Ms. Green is an appointed person, if she were running for an office and said, Crystal Green, this Green for clerk and master, that would be political in nature, and it can't happen. We cannot place campaign signs on an endorsement by the Board of Education. If a candidate for the schools, you are more than welcome to do that with our name only, but not as a smart campaign. If you think about how that might look, if a children, for example, let's say Miss Green goes to Minor Hill School and she sponsors time. If I'm at Minor Hill School and I hear her name repeatedly announced throughout the ball game, Crystal Green's running for clerk and master. But then I go to Bridgeforth or Edmonton and I don't hear that announcement. What would that imply? It would imply that Minor Hill School had perhaps been endorsing her. So we cannot do those things because that violates or puts us in the chance of violating the Little Hatch Act. And we do not want to do that for our candidates, nor do we want to do that for our district. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Yeah, I'd like the court to know that I attend the football games, and I've seen both of my opponents advertise throughout the games, on the grounds, passing out literature. I refrained from doing it because I thought it was a little early. That was my choice. But then as soon as I have my very first basketball game and I sponsor it, then that's when it all broke loose. It was never anything said when this one was sponsoring First Downs or that one was sponsoring First Downs. It's just when Terry Jones for county executive was told on the loudspeaker, then all of a sudden it become an issue. Now, I've let it go. I'm done with it. I'm still leaving my money there and just not gonna mention the county executive part of it.
And
because
did
I'm
you
not gonna
contribute to
take-
any other school in our district?
Do what?
Did you contribute to any other school in our district?
I contribute to Minor Hill, but not through my name. I give to Minor Hill. I have not.
But that leaves us open to an implication that Richland is supporting only you. And as I told you on the phone the other day,
No, it's
I saw
sometimes I'm
training.
supporting them.
I went to training October 14th, which was put on by the Tennessee Organization of School Superintendents. Like I said, I've not had to deal with the little hijack. I've not had to deal with this in any form as director of schools. And that training was about HR and employee responsibilities and guidelines. And that's where the little hijack came up. And that came up because of the tragic situation over Charlie Kirk and what happened with him a few weeks ago. That's when all of this information came out, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we need to put a stop to this in our school district. October 16th, I sent out notification to all of our principals that none of this could continue to go on because we could face violating the Little Hatch Act, and it was not appropriate for an educational institution as a public facility. Not everybody communicated that because not everybody who is a PA announcer or who handles certain things in our sportscasting in our district are employees. So there was a little bit of lack of communication, if you will, for how that went out. That's the reason it was halted when it was. Because I was there at the ball game and heard it being announced, and oh my goodness, I sent word out that we were supposed to curtail this. It was in no way to disrespect anyone, and no one on our board had any decision in making that. I read off the policy about the director of schools and my responsibilities because I alone made that decision that it was not going to be carried forward.
Any other questions? Ms. Brown?
It's Mr. Sutton.
Mr. Sutton?
He was not one of my students. Mr. Dr. Beard, what are some of the issues that the school system board will probably face in the next several months? What are some of the big items on the school board agenda?
I think this is going to primarily center on renovations and getting our schools up to par. Renovations and getting our buildings in a better place. Yes, sir. Thank you again.
Yeah, I want to ask a question, because I don't know. I hear a lot of on the TV about these school vouchers. Have they helped us in any way, or do you know, is it any difference?
They have hurt us, yes. There were 37 applications in the Giles County District. I don't know who of those were provided with the voucher or not, but if you study the research and read the articles that are being published right now, the vouchers went to people who were already enrolled in private schools and primarily have supported the Christian private schools. And that's based on public record. That's what's in the news right now.
I just wonder, we don't need anything to hurt us.
No, sir, we don't.
So thank you.
Thank you again for your, Mr. Reedy, I'm sorry.
How many did you say?
37 were applied for.
There's $7,295.
No, sir, that's not what I'm saying. There were 37 applications. Just because you sent in an application did not mean that you were a recipient of a voucher. But that's what the funding is based on per student.
Do you know how many were recipients?
No, sir, I do not. We weren't privy to that information.
Ms. Giles?
Dr. Beard, I just want to say that Friday, I was blessed to sit in on the interviews with the high school seniors up at Richland. And I just want to say what an awesome job y'all are doing on getting our seniors ready. I did not get to sit on Giles County Highs, but I did Richland's. And I was thoroughly impressed with how the students dressed, acted, spoke, and were ready. They are ready for their future, and that's due to you and your staff, so I appreciate it.
Like I said, we have a lot of awesome things going on in our district, and we have both high schools in round 3 of the playoffs this Friday evening. Giles County High will be traveling out of county, and Richland will, of course, be at home. So get out and support our teams if you possibly can.
All right. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you
Beard.
again.
Thank you.
Are there any other department heads that would like to address the commission this month? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to elections.
The first election is notaries public at large. We have the following re-elections. There are Carly J. Eubank, Julie Eubank Copeland, and Larissa E. Thompson. New applications are McKenzie Dangerfield and Algeria Shakri Hope.
What are the wishes of the commission? Motion approved by Carmen Brown, seconded by Evan Fedor. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Yes.
Joyce voted yes.
21 ayes. And the next election is the E911 board. Josh Young has been appointed to his second term, and Joey Turner is appointing, they are 4-year terms.
Motion approved by Caleb Savage, seconded by Matthew Hopkins. Any discussion? Please vote.
Okay. Next item of business is reports. We have the finance director's report for September of 2025, which includes the following: Giles County General Fund, Drug, American Rescue Plan, Probation Fund, Highway, School, Federal, Food Service, Debt Service, Capital Projects, Highway Capital Projects, Education Capital Projects, Education Capital Number 2, and other capital projects. We also have the county executive's report, which is, there's a decision paper on the courthouse bonding solutions, issue paper, courthouse security, fiscal approaches to capital projects, and memorandum. It's addendum to the resolution for courthouse historical development grant. Also, the Giles County Board of Education meeting minutes from November 4th.
Okay, back to the E911, Josh Young and Joey Turner were both appointed to 4-year terms, and that did receive 21 aye votes. Now on the reports. Motion by Ms. Jones.
I make a motion to approve, all the reports listed in section A.
Motion by Ms. Jones to approve, second by Ms. Curry. Now I have a department head that would like to be a part of this discussion.
Mr. Long, I just need to, I'm not sure why C is on there. Our board minutes never come up here to the county court unless that was sent in addition to, item B under 8, UniFirst Customer Service Agreement, to show that that it had been board approved before it comes to you all for approval. I'm not sure 7C even needs to be on there as inclusions.
Okay, I have a motion to strike, or an amendment to a motion to strike C. We want to keep them on there.
We need to handle the first one first.
All right, we all have microphones. We're going to start using them. Ms. Fedor.
I would make a motion to, or second Ms. Jones's motion to approve all listed in A. We'll just do that first.
We would like to amend this to take out C.
No.
Oh, yours is just for A. Okay.
We already have.
Excuse me. All right, so we have a motion to divide these reports and to approve them individually. You made the motion to only vote on A to start with, correct? All right, so that's been motion and seconded. Any discussion on approving A? We're ready to vote. Motion by Ms. Jones and seconded by Mr. Fedor. Okay, please vote.
And the vote is 21 ayes.
So let's move to section B, county executive reports. Do I have a motion to approve them? Motion by Matthew Hopkins, seconded by Evan Bedore. Any discussion? Ms. Jones?
So some of these reports, I just want to point out, are the, well,
Any other discussion, Mr. Bedore?
Yeah, just that I took some time and made sure I read these reports because County Executive Stowe is putting in a lot of content and helping us reach conclusions. I don't disagree with anything stated in the reports. I was curious if we were just gonna, like we normally do, sort of vote on them all at once without discussing it, because I think a lot of these issue papers and decision papers warrant discussion, and I think that it's helping us to get to the conclusions and inform our next steps. So I'm glad Ms. Jones made a motion, just simply that we're talking about it now. I hate to simply see good reports just get added to the file essentially with no action. I do think that if we haven't read them all, reading them all before our upcoming committee meetings will help us make educated next steps.
Ms. Jones?
on the, I wanted to mention this, on the courthouse security paper, I want to point out that, and I guess we all know it, it does not address the basement entrance, which is the handicapped entrance. So this is an incomplete report. I assume that in the future, when we have the time or in the money, but that this will be addressed then. We can't just have one entrance and just disregard the entrance to the basement. I don't know that this particular security paper, if it's implemented, I don't know that it's even full security. I think there's some holes in it that need to be flushed out in the future.
Okay. Any other discussion? So we're voting now to accept into the reports, section B, county executive reports 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mr. Reed?
I guess I assume these reports are informative and not conclusive to where everything in this report is, going to be done and just locked in if we vote on it. So I think that the courthouse entrance at the basement area is something that's not, been conclusive yet, is to have a hand. So I guess I don't see why we're, trying to nitpick this report. It's informative of what's been done so far. Just my comment.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, let's do a roll call vote. And then we have that discussion.
Ms. Curry?
Yes.
Dr. Latham?
Yes.
Ms. Woodard? Yes. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wobble?
Yes.
Mr. Wilbur?
Yes.
Mr. Adams?
Say that again?
Aye.
UniFirst, or which one do they support?
8D.
Okay, this, they support, the Board of Education minutes support B under contracts and agreements. So all those, any more discussion? All those in favor of striking C from reports, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
Next order of business is contracts, agreements, and grants. We have the following: a transportation and mental health patients grant and UniFirst customer service agreement. That's the Giles County Board of Education.
All right, what are the wishes of the commission? Mr. Reedy,
I make a motion to approve.
is that to approve A or B, or to combine and approve together?
Oh.
Motion is to combine and approve together. Combined by Mr. Brown. Any discussion? Ms. Johnson?
On the mental health, grant, was that anticipated, or was that, I mean, is this gonna add to your budget, or was it already in your budget from, earlier? Or was it anticipated?
It was anticipated, yes.
So you figured around that when you're coming up with your budget? Okay.
Okay, any other discussion? The motion is to combine and to approve one. Please vote. Okay, we're going to do a voice vote. All in favor of approval of contract agreements and grants, combining A and B together and approving, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
Next order of business is resolutions. First resolution is amendment to 2025-46, authorizing the amendment of the 25-26 budget, county general fund 101.
Well, the wishes of the commission. Motion to approve by Mr. Hopkins, seconded by Mr. Butler. Any discussion? Ms. Jones?
So most all of these line items deal with incorporating grants that have been received or moving money from one line item to the other. There's the courtroom security scanners, that's new money, is it not?
Could I ask financial management to answer this question?
And while we're on it, is there any other new money being added to?
Ms. Jones, the budget committee voted last Friday to take the $45,000 out of the litigation reserve. So in essence, it is coming out of the reserve fund, coming out of the general fund balance.
This is adding to their budget, though.
Yes, ma'am, it's adding to the budget, the $45,000 of equipment, yes, ma'am.
Is any other line item that's new money that's been added to someone's budget?
We're also adding an SRO, but that's coming
That's
through.
that, grant,
Yes, but
okay.
everything else, is moving from within or it is from grant, except for the scanners. This is coming out of the litigation reserve.
Okay, that's what I thought, thank you. I'm,
Any other questions for me?
no,
Thank you.
I'd like to, make a motion to separate the courtroom security scanners and vote on that separately. Because I believe that this is, kind of a premature expense. I'm concerned that if we continue to add new money in the middle of the year, it'll come back to bite us. And it could be a year or two down the road or 3 before we get courthouse security, beefed up, as is mentioned in the earlier report.
Okay, so we have a motion to separate the scanners, in 101 and vote on them individually. Is there a second? Seeing none, that motion fails. Back to the original motion of approval of the 101 general fund budget. 2005-46. Any further discussion? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Please vote. Give us just a second. Okay, we're gonna do a roll call vote. So the amendment failed for lack of a second. So we're back to the original motion approving 2025-46. Roll call.
All right. Ms. Curry? Yes. Dr. Latham?
Yes.
Ms. Woodard?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wobble?
Yes.
Mr. Wilbur?
Yes.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mr. Hopkins?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Ms. Jones?
No.
Mr. Rebelson?
Yes.
Mr. Baddour?
Yes.
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Ms. Gooseby?
Yes.
Ms. Pruitt? Yes.
Yes.
20 ayes and 1 no.
Motion passes.
The next resolution is 2025-47, under the 25-26 budget highway fund. With
What are the wishes of the commission? Mr. Wilburn, seconded by Ms. Carter. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. I'll do a roll call for 2025-47.
Ms. Curry? Yes. Dr. Latham?
Yes.
Ms. Woodard?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Marvel?
Yes.
Mr. Wilbur?
Yes.
Mr. Adams? Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mr. Hopkins?
Yes.
Mr. Reedy?
Yes.
Mr. Savage?
Yes.
Mr. Butler? Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Rebelski?
Yes.
Mr. Baddour?
Yes.
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Ms. Goolsby?
Yes.
Ms. Pruitt?
Yes.
Ms. Wright?
Yes.
21 ayes. The next business is 2025-48 to establish EMS special event coverage policy and fee schedule.
What are the wishes of the commission? Mr. Baddour,
Motion approved.
and seconded by Mr. Brown. Discussion? We have a little discussion. Give Carol a few minutes.
It's not.
All right. Voice vote on approving the special event coverage policies and fees for the EMS.
Ms. Curry? Yes. Dr. Latham?
Yes.
Ms. Woodard?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wobble?
Yes.
Mr. Wilbur?
Yes.
Mr. Adams? Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Ms. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mr. Hopkins?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Savage?
Aye.
Mr. Butler?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Rebelski?
Yes.
Baddour?
Yes.
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Ms. Goolsby?
Yes.
Ms. Pruitt?
Yes.
Ms. Brown? 21 ayes.
Motion passes.
And the next resolution is 2025-49 to apply for the Tennessee ECD Historic Development Grant.
What are the wishes of the commission?
Motion approved.
By Caleb Savage, seconded by Matthew Hopkins. Any discussion? Mr. Sutton?
Any idea how much we could possibly get with this grant?
The grant, Mr. Stowe, would you like to answer that?
Yes, sir, it's $500,000.
Oh.
There's a match, 30% match. So the way you arrive at the match is 500,000 divided by 0.7. So I think the max project could be 750,000, 715,000.
Okay, any further discussion? All right, we'll do a voice vote. Okay, all in favor of passing resolution 25-49, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it.
The next resolution is 2025-50, naming the bridge on Shucks Creek Road over north of Shucks Creek, the Marion Cosnine Memorial Bridge.
We have a motion to approve. Ms. Pruitt, seconded by.
Wait, what? What are we voting? What are we trying to? It's not on this.
Where is that?
That's the new reading.
This resolution was added after the original package was sent out, and it was sent to you by email. And it did pass the Highway Department committee this past week. Chairman, would you like to say anything, Tracy, as Chairman of the Highway Department?
As far as when we had our meeting, it was voted unanimously, and the Highway Department superintendent said met all the qualifications.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, so it's 2025-50, naming the bridge on Shokes Creek Road over North Shokes Creek, the Marion Foss Knight Memorial Bridge. All those in favor? More discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Opposed. Okay. Mr. Hopkins, one opposed.
And the next order of business is unfinished business.
Do we have any unfinished business? Next order is new business. Do we have any new business? All right, Mr. Butler.
And I'll make a suggestion that the county executive research a new voting software, because this system has not worked since we implemented it. Our old system was bad, but at least it worked 95% of the time. I don't think we've gotten through one meeting that this one hadn't given us some issues.
I agree. Got another hand up? Mr. David.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. This probably goes to financial management. I've talked to some more commissioners, and when we finally get paid every month, we don't know what we got paid for and what we didn't. Unless you go up there and beg them to print it out so you can see it. Maybe we need to give somebody else some more money to buy some stamps so they can put it out so we know what's going on. And I'm not the only one that's got a problem with it. I've talked to some more commissioners. I'm not saying that I will.
Any more new business? Mr. Reedy.
I'd like to make a motion that we request a call meeting of the budget committee and the full commission in the December timeframe for discussion of the grant, or the, request for, funding for the courthouse.
Second.
So you want a budget meeting, which is fine, we definitely can schedule that, and a full commission meeting.
Yes, so we can ramp it up, so that they can, in January, the 1st of January, they can start working on, getting, information out to people and discussing it. Like I mentioned in the committee meeting, is that, business people and managers do decision making. Churches make weekly decision making, and we make it monthly. And when we put it off, it's about a month or a quarter. So let's get this thing rolling.
Yes, we have a motion to have December. I don't think we need a motion to have a budget meeting.
Request that. A request to have. I mean, we can request it.
Sure, we're gonna have a December budget meeting for the chairman, but I think we would need to vote on whether or not to have a full commission meeting. What I'm saying, Mr. Reedy's budget meeting is a done deal. So you'll make your motion, make a motion to have a full commission meeting in December.
It's up to you for that, and you, and I'm just making a motion that we request as a group, you and you, call those meetings.
Okay, Mr. Dorr.
I was waiting until announcements to say that we're gonna have a budget committee meeting on Friday, the 5th of December at 9 a.m. That's the first Friday that we would normally have one. So I think that's happening already. To Mr. Reedy's point, we might as well all weigh in on whether we should have a December full commission meeting, since we're all right here talking about it now. it's not typical, because we typically take off, but we got a lot of work to do, so I'm not against it. I don't want to cut into anybody's holiday, but we're not here for convenience either, so that's why I seconded his motion to go ahead and have a December meeting, whatever we need to do, based on the December 5th Budget Committee decision.
Mr. Savage.
Yeah, I personally believe that very little in terms of a bond would get done over a holiday time period anyway. And adding an additional meeting costs several $1,000s, and I don't believe it's time sensitive enough to warrant the extra expenditure.
Mr. Jones.
I'm actually against, just like Caleb is, because several $1,000s, I'm actually against the budget meeting. Graham knows what we need going forward, be investigating what we need going forward. I don't know if we need a budget meeting to tell Graham what we need going forward on that. Maybe if they want to have it, I'll show up, but I think it's several more $1,000s we just don't need to be spending.
Mr. Hopkins.
I would prefer to wait until the January meeting to finish it, not to delay it, but because I want to have an opportunity to have a town hall meeting and discuss this with my constituents. And doing that in December is going to be, well, doing it from now through the end of the year, it's going to be pretty iffy for which people can show up. I was hoping to be able to do that probably the first or second week in January, well before our meeting. This would be problematic for my intentions of getting a constituents involved.
I withdraw my second.
All right. Do we have another second? That motion fails for lack of a second. Is there any other new business? Okay, moving to announcements, I have a few announcements. We have no scheduled county commission meeting in December, so y'all don't show up. The Agri Park Board will meet Friday at 9 a.m. the 21st. The water lines will meet December 4th at 9 a.m. at the OEM training room. And don't forget the county commissioner workshop put on by the state and play dog it. That is coming up on the 24th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Agri Park. Are there any other announcements? Mr. Wilson.
I mentioned the December 5th Budget Committee meeting. That's also the day where we would have legislative committee meeting if there are matters, and there are matters. One commissioner wants to discuss revisit commissioner pay, and another some rule changes, including but not limited to commissioners having reliable email. So that'll also be, that'll follow the budget committee meeting on 12/5, starting at 9 a.m.
Okay. Mr. David Adams.
What did you say about the water thing? You say December 24th?
No, December 24th, November 24th
Oh, okay.
is the state workshop on budget. The water lines meeting is December 4th at 9 a.m. at the OEM training room. That's 3750 Plum College, correct?
Yeah.
Ms. Jones.
I'm the one that, I'm the commissioner that brought up, wanted to discuss in the legislature about the commission upcoming. I'm okay with putting that off until January. It's not time sensitive until maybe March anyway. So I'm okay with putting that legislative meeting off if the chair, it's up to the chair, totally is.
I just received another indication that the other matters are not time sensitive for December either, so we'll strike unless somebody else wants to have a legislative meeting for another reason.
So your call.
Yeah. At this time, we'll just have a budget meeting 12/5.
Any other announcements? Motion to adjourn. Brad Butler, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Have a happy